One word to describe the German ladies would be solidarity.
Community.
Caring. It's a simple word, but it means a lot. There's so many ways that I've seen the women have been working with on the board and the women who are members care for each other.
And there is a German saying, I think it's from Goethe, denn die Freude, die wir geben, kehrt ins eigene Herz zurück. The joy we're giving returns back into your heart. And that's what I experience with the German ladies a lot.
The German Ladies General Benevolent Society was founded right here in San Francisco in 1870. Wonderful women who got together to support one another, but also those who were less fortunate, meaning the women and children in need. As you may imagine, in 1870, there were hardly any rights for women, of course, and accordingly, there was also no support network. Now imagine yourself being a first-generation immigrant. You come to this country, hardly know the language. You have a husband who works in the gold mines or in the silver mines, and something happens. Who's there to support you? This is the reason why we're here today, because then, just like today, there is a need to support those who can't.
There are key moments in our history that required an awful lot of effort and input. Difficult times like the First World War, Second World War, the earthquake in 1906, and recessions, etc., all of which brought difficult issues to the women who selflessly went out and did what they could. In the beginning, it was mostly bringing food to families, finding places for them to live.
When I first told people, friends of mine, and even my own husband, that I was going to be getting involved with helping women in need of German descent, the first thing was, German women need help? Well, there's a whole history behind this of things that have happened to people, and it doesn't have to be something that you think about the strength of our culture and the strength of our individuals and women. Something can happen that they didn't expect.
What makes the German ladies so special is the passion that women bring to the board, to the whole organization. I would like to say or think that women in particular are very resilient, and we're very open-minded, and we're very compassionate. This is why we still exist, and this is why there will be German ladies in the future as well.
I would like to point out one story. A young woman had her mother visit from Germany, and she had stayed over her visiting visa time and became ill. And by accident, she happened to come from the same town that I grew up in Germany, which became Poland. So she didn't really have a hometown any longer. We were able to get a ticket for her, and we found out where we could ship her in Europe. And we found a wonderful town in the south of Germany, not far from Rothenburg, and it was an old age home, and they accepted by talking to them and mailing to them. I felt a personal responsibility because we did not have a hometown anymore that would be familiar to her. And I and this other young lady from high school that I knew lived not very far from her. I contacted her in Germany, and said, would you mind checking in on her and see if she's okay? Because, this was all kind of all illegally done in a way. And she said, yes, I would. And she, for 25 years, pretty much looked every month in on her and made sure that she was in good hands.
It was a really touching story last year about a woman who had had a stroke, and she was doing quite well. She had a stroke, and then she had another stroke. And it was just becoming almost impossible for her to live here in the Bay Area. And in a really quick reaction and response to it, we all got together and heard the story and found out about the situation. And it was determined that with her connections with her daughter overseas, she would be at the best place where she could get long-term care and be with her family. But she didn't have any resources to do it. So it was a little complicated, but we got it done in a very short period of time, and we were able to get her daughter to the United States. She was able to get her mother, and they were able to bring her back to Germany, and then we heard back that she's doing really well over there now. And that was a really heartwarming story, and it was done. We were quick at it. Everybody got together. Everybody was supportive. A lot of pans were in the pot, so to speak, to make sure it got done, and it has a beautiful ending.
We help per month approximately 20 families. So calculate that out over 155 years, and that's just the average.
We are looking for help with funds, that is donations and membership. And if anybody would be there with lots of estate planning funds or something like that. And we are looking for a home. Also if there's any real estate that could be considered, or any contribution towards some real estate where we could have a home, that would be very much appreciated.
In 10 years' time, I hope that the German ladies will continue to have a large impact on this community here, that we will have a home of gathering, that we will have a home of hope, and that we, as a community of Germans, will continue to help drive the city, this entire Bay Area, to happiness, prosperity, and unity.